Hi there, this is Clovis from Kinematic Lab. I'm going to show you how to quickly start with topologik. So I opened this scene, which is a 3D scan, but it can be anything from ZBrush, Matbox, or any high definition mesh. Okay, and I'm going to press on the topologik button here, and it opens this window. And I will pick the high mesh with this button. So when it's done, I'm going to press the shortcuts I assigned before to open the Pie menu, and when I move my mouse over these icons, it opens some submenus. So the first menu is for undo and redo. The second menu is for creation, so you have all the tools to create the topology, like stripes, a surface, create some faces, a branch, a bridge, a cap function, a relax here to edit topology, and move tool. You have some freeze tools here, and a split and a cut tool. So now if you don't know how these tools work, all you need to do is press the shortcuts button here, and it opens this floating window. And now if you go back to the Pie menu and press on one of these tools, like the Create Face, for example, it populates this shortcuts window with all the functions you can access from the Shift, Control and Alt key combination with your mouse clicks. So you can start work with these tools. So for example, if I now pick another tool like the stripe, it updates the shortcut window with all the possibilities you can have. I'm going to talk about all these tools later. Okay, what you can see right now is that all these functions projects the topology mesh directly on the high-res mesh, so you don't need to think about that. It just works. And now what else can we find here? You have the opacity tools. So it changes the opacity of the high mesh and the topology mesh. So that's kind of cool to be able to see through this topology mesh to just see what the high mesh looks like behind it. So you can even put this at 0, okay, and still be able to use all the tools. Okay, so you can see both meshes at the same time. Okay. And you also have the shell value here. The shell value is the distance between the topology mesh and the high def mesh. So this will depend on the size of your mesh, the size of your scenes, your units, etc. But for now this is a quite low value, but if I put this to 1, for example, and continue my topology, you will just see that there is now a gap, okay, a larger gap between the topology mesh and the high def mesh. So you need to adjust this depending on your scene, okay, and what you want to do, of course. And the last thing to see in this rollout is the live project function. So I did that simply because we can't have all the functions you are used to use in here, okay, as you can't really have everything in the ribbon as well, because you're just used to the editable poly functions, etc. So that's great to still be able to use this, so that's why I did that. So how it works is if I enable it, it will project on the high mesh everything that is selected, so I can move it around and it is projected. So if I turn this into mesh, into editable poly, for example, and want to use the ring function, I still can, and the shortcuts of editable poly, etc. And this is always projected. And it also works with a soft selection, etc. Okay, that's it for now. I think I'm gonna talk about the other tools in separate videos. Cheers.